So the way that I would use that is that like, see, like starting a company, it's so much easier to have one conversation one time, right? Because like if you hire 27 people, you're like, hey, are you gonna be a good employee, right? Are you gonna follow these rules that we agree on right here? Are you gonna make sure that you're gonna not be late? Are you gonna make sure that you're gonna make the customers happy? Like, if you're sick, let us know like ahead of time, right?
Yeah.
Safety equipment, like, hey, you cannot get on the top of a house without harness, right? Especially if it's wet. Like, hey, like if you feel dizzy, if you feel like uncomfortable, if you have a headache, don't get on the roof.
Right.
Like, right? Like, and so what happens is like when you're taking care of the responsibility of hire people, you have to, like, people are gonna fail. Like they will say it, and but 3 months later, 5 months later, they're gonna, do that. And so in the hiring process, I'm doing the same conversation with people 27 times. Hey, this is that kind of stuff. So, well, actually, like 40 people because like some people don't last, that kind of stuff. But but if you have a conversation and you record it and you say to like, hey, like, you're gonna be hired and we're gonna pay you well and we're gonna do this thing, but please don't fail on the things that you agree on. So, like, let me give you a reminder. Hey, like, make sure you do this, make sure you do that, right? So, if you have that system, SOP in place, then you're not worried about like the 26 other people. So that's like 90 hours that you're just saving by just having one conversation.
Right.
Yeah. So I want to show you this. So we talk about this, right? So you know how to, right? Okay. So this is a little thing that I have on my desk. Touch it. You've seen this before, right? No? What do you do? Yeah. So this is why I have it on my desk to remind me that just because I'm moving,
That's funny.
it doesn't mean that I'm making progress.
Right.
And it's like the biggest reminder because sometimes, like, hey, like I have this idea of getting something from my car, right?
Yeah.
But I don't need to go to my car right now, so I go to my car, pick up a pen, come back up there, like come downstairs. So like, hey, I could just like put it outside of my door, right? Instead of going down. And then this is something that I want to show you. So this is a little gift. So if we make it so it's like a novelty for like people that come in and like they can win prizes. So there are few cards over here. Pick one. Okay.
This one here.
The last one?
Yeah.
Okay, so scratch it. You can use this.
Scratch it?
Yeah. Would it work? Yeah. Maybe get a coin or something. Let me get it. Okay.
Snowboarding.
What does it say? Which mountain? France snowboarding at Butternut Ski Area
In Great Barrington?
in Great Barrington. So that's an activity that you have to do,
Okay.
right? So somebody comes to the class, and like that's just like one of the things. Like, hey, like now that you're in this class and you feel really good, now let's make it great.
Yeah. Grab a friend.
Yeah.
Go do this thing together.
Exactly. Pick somebody to go buddy and like take it over there, and you just have to know the people's like comfort level.
Yeah.
Right? Because some people are like shy, some people are not
Right.
that shy. But now it's like that. And then,
Okay.
for example, like in the Sippin Sky,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we want to do it this time, but a perfect scenario. There are going to be 70 people there.
How many?
70. It's going to be
Really?
70 people.
Wow, that's bigger than the holiday party.
No, the holiday party was like 100.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 80 people, 80,
Okay.
75 people. On the sky of Boston, you can see everything. They do yoga classes there,
They do, yeah.
right? Sound bathing beforehand.
Yeah.
So sound bathing, 70 people, right? Everyone is acquainted with it.
Yeah.
That's a big win,
That's a huge one.
right? So we can skip it and then like do it next time. But like that's something that us thinking about from a business perspective, it would scale things.
Yeah.
My biggest weakness, kind of like we're supporting each other. Like when you're not starting a company, you have for your idea first. But now, like I can do things from an operational point of view, and it doesn't get overwhelming for me, right? So that's my responsibility to take those things, right?
Yeah.
But that's like a perfect scenario. Harvard alumni meeting event. Hey, we set up yoga classes before you meet other people, because what happens is like if you are nervous, especially if you're late,
Yeah.
going to an event and you're meeting new people, you're gonna be like.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if people are on the same wavelength, it makes the experience like even better. And they're doing sound bathing without them knowing that they're doing sound bathing.
Right.
It's just like the sound thing that I did 15 minutes beforehand, like, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got that. So this is something, you know what this is, right?
No, it is not. But
So this is one thing that I was saying to you before. It's like, so one thing that you do really good is everything that you do, right? But you can get to a higher level of concentration by putting electricity, grounding the floor. Those are like high level stuff. Making them eat something, drink something beforehand, figuring out their beats per minute. Also figuring out let me show you the beats per minute specifically that I was showing to you before. So okay, so the reason why I'm showing you this is because of the beats per minute, which is a night changing, like very different scenario. Okay, so right now we are at 35.
Yep.
We can go a little bit lower. And then for social events, there is something that we could do,
Tengo el pecho pelado, me dio una mata. El corazón dándome pata. Dime, baby, ¿dónde tú estás? Pa' llegarle con raro Julito Cristal, Roy, Edgar, Seba, Oscar, Darnell y Big J tocando bota. Hoy la calle la
breathe out. And then
yo veo tu nombre y me sale el suspiro. No sé si fue tarde o si son tiros.
right? And this is you could do it with other songs, but this is the power of like BPMs, changing the frequency, making it.
David Magone does that with his breathwork sessions.
me take notes. This is a little notebook for notes. You can tell I like notes. This is number 1 over here. That's what I need. This is my handicap thing so I can get organized. It's like I need 8 books.
Whatever works.
I need 8 books.
Whatever works.
And this is how I write.
You have good handwriting. I've seen way worse handwriting.
You
That's
notice
good
anything?
handwriting. The dot.
It's backwards also.
Oh my god. You write backwards?
Yeah, and I have my own language.
That's amazing.
So this is my own language that I have.
I love that.
Yeah. So the triangle symbolize like different letters. It says my power, but it's a way of like me calming down.
When did you start doing that? Is that from childhood?
No, I started 5 months ago. Yeah.
You started writing your own language.
Yeah, 5 months ago. 5 months. I began with the idea of 5 months ago. Last month is when I finished the alphabet.
You're just a genius.
No, it's like, okay, so this is like cognitive metacognition, right? So think about an idea, right? Imagine if I say I want food, right? And I say hungry, I am. Which one of those ways would you say that like the person is more active? Hungry I am, or I am hungry?
I would say hungry.
Hungry I am.
Because, yeah,
Hungry I am.
That's the first.
Yeah. So that's metacognition. Whenever you think of your language, has a certain limitations of your like Islamic language or Arabic is more action based. Starts with action. The verb starts with a verb.
Yeah.
So at least I know, I say one word and I know the neighborhood.
Right.
Right?
Right. Start with the most important.
Yeah.
The
But if I say I, like, okay.
Right.
Right? Like,
you know it's
right?
I. Yeah.
Right? And then you can conjugate, like think of, because you have an idea. So anytime, like with this, represents like an idea. A word, but also an idea.
Wow.
So now you could say like, eat, and then it's two like symbols.
Yeah.
Eat this. Eat me.
Yeah.
I am hungry.
Right.
That's what it means, right? And so that's like the limitation. This is where the power of metacognition and mental fitness comes in.
I love that.
Because now you can literally change how somebody thinks.
Yes.
Because now they're thinking in a way that makes their life better.
And we're so like, first of all, the English language in general is just so messed up, and it's not actually one language. It's like multiple languages kind of like smushed together.
Yeah.
That is fascinating to me. That's really fascinating.
And if we can, like, especially like, if you can get like 80-year-old like people like learn a different language or like different way of thinking, like their cognitive reserve, you know what it means? Like cognitive reserve is like, cognitive reserve is your ability, is your mental space whenever you get crushed. So people honk, and then people react like shit.
Right.
What if you have meta reserve, like when people honk, you're like, holy shit, like I don't want to be angry, like I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna let it go. And then if you allow it for like a second, it goes away. Like imagine the time, when was the last time somebody honked at you and then 5 minutes later you're like, you already forgot about it.
Right.
Yeah. So that's that. So okay, so let me write down what we talk about. And so now these are like minimum standards. And so the biggest thing about like starting a company is like you have to be mentally aligned, which we are, right? You have to have systems of accountability, right? Which is all the data gets protected, right? Also like levels of understanding. Levels of understanding is the nonprofit, and then also like making sure that those financial things are met. So financial things that we talk about now, these are like limitations, and then so we took 150, 1 month, I'm late button, or I need a week off. You know, and then equity, and then but the biggest thing on the goal is to make it in a way that it becomes something that can be licensed similar to CrossFit.
Right. Franchise.
And I think that we can do that to a very high level. And I'm very excited for this.
Me too.
And like I'm in very lucky scenario. I don't have kids now, right? 5 years
Do you
from
want
now.
kids?
5 years from 4 years and a half.
4.5 years. You have
It's
it
gonna
down
be
to
Grace.
science.
It's gonna be Grace. And then I'm gonna like correlate a book so that Grace can be like the parent or like teach the other ones, right? To teach leadership, that kind of stuff. And then the second one to be a year or 2 years later, but then third, fourth, and fifth, 7 years apart.
Okay.
Yes,
Interesting.
that way Grace is like old
Older,
enough
yeah.
and be able to like have that. And I could be like, okay, so if Grace is doing a good job, then I can have another one, right? But that's the idea. That's the idea. My grandfather, who recently died, he was 102. Lived 102 years old, had 5 children, including my father. So I asked myself, like, why not that?
Yeah. My
I never-
grandmother is 100. She'll be 101 in September. Yeah.
Maybe I could see her.
Yeah, she's in Boston.
Yeah. Awesome. So any questions about like this aspect of it?
You mentioned equity. We hadn't really spoken about equity
Yeah.
though. So what does that look like to you?
Yeah. So 50% nonprofit, and then 25, and then 15 for me. And this is something that we can adjust, and the reality is that it's all based on like what we can get, right? I would say that the most difficult time would be the first like a year,
Of course.
but then afterwards, the second year would be twice as successful. And then the third year, that would be like takeoff year. Because you don't want a franchise before you are in a scenario where you have shown proof, right? Because otherwise you're basically like you are giving a huge range, and so the ideal scenario would be like 3 years in to be able to now have like an outside franchise in a way where like, because inside franchise would be like somebody who is acquainted with what we're doing and like can like take that a little bit.
Yeah.
But then the outside person is the one who's gonna put like all dominoes. They have to, I think, $1.5 million. So they have to have $1.5 million for them to even get started, because of different things. There is do you know what Restore is? So this is where the big thing would come in. So there is something called like high-end med spas places.
Right.
They do NAD, they do rejuvenation, they do cold plunges, they do
like longevity.
yeah, they do IVs, they do like red light therapy, like so the chamber.
Oh yeah, the hyperbaric.
Yes,
chamber.
yeah. So those things for the chamber is very expensive. It's like, I think it's like $7,000, right? So if for places like that are high end, these are only places like Newton. There's a place in Newton, there's a place in Quincy, but be able to like be so good and be so on point that you're able to now sell those services to people that are already selling the services. This is where it comes up, right? And yeah, so I think that's like the ideal scenario, but my first goal is to make sure that like we can get 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. You're satisfied, you're taking care of all the things, right? I would not be receiving any salary until we can get something, figure out. But I think it's going to be really amazing if we can like, I think we're already there basically.
Okay.
So this is how with the bells you can know now the BPM.
Nice.
Because now instead of like guessing